Chapter 5. A Blue Book. It had been 14 days since I'd been in front of the judge, only 76 more to go. Everything had melted together into one giant heap of orange jumpsuits, sweat, and bologna sandwiches. I needed to use the restroom and went to the common toilet at the back of the cell. This sucks. That was about all I could think about while I relieved myself in front of two cellmates. I usually asked my cellmates to leave so I could have some privacy. I wondered if I would ever again pee without an audience. Before I could finish, I heard the guard make his Monday call. "Time for group. Who wants to go?" For a moment, I had privacy to finish my business as my cellmates shuffled to the meeting. I decided to go to group 2. Why not take advantage of the 1-hour interruption to my boredom? I couldn't imagine that one day these meetings would become so important to me. I found an empty table and sat down. I like to be the first one to sit down at a table because I didn't have to make eye contact or ask anyone for permission. Other prisoners milled about. Eventually everyone found a seat. A voice boomed from behind me. "Thank you all very much for coming, and I especially thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you tonight." My mind drifted away. The meeting ended sometime later. I let some of the other inmates head down the hall. I saw Malcolm out of the corner of my eye, heading toward me. What did this goody two-shoes want with me? "Hello, my name is Malcolm. I don't believe I'd had the chance to meet you yet," said Malcolm, extending his hand toward me. I put out my right hand and felt Malcolm's hand close around it. He asked me my name and how old I was. "I'm Tony. I'm 19. "Listen, Tony, I know it's boring here, with nothing to stare at but the walls. I want to give you a book that will make a difference in your life." "Sure. What else could I say? It's boring in jail. There's not a whole lot going on in here. Did he figure that out all by himself? What a genius." I've never been a big fan of reading. It usually puts me to sleep. It's hard for me to remember what I've read. Some teachers said I might be dyslexic. Others said I probably have attention deficit disorder. "If you get a chance, read this book, will you?" "Okay." I would have said anything to get this guy off my back. What difference does it make? I wasn't going to see him again anyway. I took the book and headed back to my cell. Whatever, I thought. Like I'm going to waste my time reading. Then I noticed the title. The Greatest Miracle in the World. Miracle? Yeah, right. I sat on my bunk, slipped off my worn-out foam slippers, and put them under my bed. I put the book on top of them and went to sleep. The following morning, I tossed the book on my bunk and put on my sandals. The book landed cover up and stayed there for the rest of the day. That afternoon, I saw one of the other guys looking at the book. It was one of the inmates who went to group on Monday nights. "Is that your book?" he asked, pointing to my bunk. I guess. Some do-gooder gave it to me." "Malcolm?" "Yeah, that's his name." "Have you read it yet?" "No." "What was this, 20 questions? I might as well have been back in court, being cross-examined." "Do yourself a favor, read it. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a pretty cool book. And that guy, Malcolm, I know somebody he helped. Since he met Malcolm, he hasn't been back in this lousy place. And Malcolm helped him start his own business." "Okay, I'll give it a shot." "Will he leave me alone now?" I told him what he wanted to hear. The book sat unopened for the next 3 days. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of reading.